Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about night tanking abilities, symbols, talents, and what have you as far as provinces and temples and all that. Last time I made a video and it was, after more experience uh, with tanking and everything else, I decided to change it up a little bit. Did a lot more research and, made a lot of mistakes. So this is the video for the reamp of the other tanking guide. So as always, here we go. First, obviously, you always want barrier 2. This is the stance you want to be in when you're taking a ton of damage. When you're tanking, you could stand stance. If you're low on willpower, get out of it and get back into it, etc., etc. Depending on your situation, you really don't have to be in barrier 2 to tank all the time. I tank a lot of times without barrier 2 just for the willpower, depending on what I'm doing. If I'm chain pulling, I would prefer more willpower regen while I'm running away. And the charge with the charge ability, it's going to be very effective with the dash symbols that I'm going to talk about as well. For your next one, it's going to be resolute rebuff. This is the reflect. This is a really godly spell. It's you could use stronghold too, but it's very situational. For example, like in distortions right now, we're using stronghold with 3 tanks and we just rotate it around so everyone takes a lot less damage. So if you're just grouping Isabella or whatever, this is your best bet. You should be reflecting and having this on cooldown and using it situationally to avoid big hits. Next, you're gonna have resolute defense. Yeah, it's once you use it, it's a minute and 30 cooldown. This should be your last resort if you have nothing else really. So every time you cast a spell, typically Eagle or Earthquake, it's gonna give you a really big shield that stacks on top of everything else as well, and it gives you full willpower back. So this is really good to have as a tank. For this one, I decided to go with Falcon Fury. It's for several reasons. It's just one, it's for extra CC's knockback. Again, just last resort. The 2% on here is not that much. I really don't care about that 2% shield. There's other shields from everywhere else. I'd rather just spam left click and just be done with it. But this is for more for CCs and just crowd controlling. Let's say if you're kiting and you're chain pulling and there's diamonds running after you, if you use this, it's always gonna turn towards you, so it's always gonna be in front of you, so it's gonna knock them back. So yeah, it's very situational, but I use this all the time and it works great with chain pulling so you don't get stomped by diamonds. Next up, we're gonna have Earthquake and Stunning Blow. Earthquake, it's obviously, this is definitely need this because you're gonna stack it up with the talents for the stuns, and Stunning Blow is just, it's gonna give you more movement, mobility. So again, if you're chain pulling, you want to jump to the next pack of mobs and stun lock them pretty much. So that's what we have for our abilities, and we should be good to go. Obviously, Ultimation Revive, use that if you, when you really need to. That's like the last resort. You definitely just don't want to rely, okay, I'm just gonna die, I'm gonna revive anyway, it doesn't matter. No, you're gonna stay alive as long as you can and you should be good to go. For abilities, these are typically what you want right now. Obviously this 400% more threat, you cannot tank without this, period, because you need the threat from it. This one makes your, because every time when you cast Barrier 2, it gives you a buff. The buff used to be permanent a few patches ago, but now it's no longer. It's just timer on the buff now. Basically what the buff does, it reflects some of the damage back to the enemy, and also reduces damage taken as well. So you need to yeah, just keep up your eagle, and so that's why willpower is so rare to have. That's, it's, it's scarce, so you definitely need a lot of willpower. Damn it, Spuff. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's what you want. Uh, yep. So you spam your eagle, earthquake, and what have you, and you should be good to go as far as that. The whole point is to have enough willpower, regen, and all that via impulse charges. We're gonna get into that next. To keep up this buff 100% of the time. That's what you want. Night Daring, it's godly, godly, godly. It reduces by 5 seconds, so instead of 20 seconds now, it's 15. So you could do it basically reflect every 15, and it's 3 seconds. Keep in mind that once you go down, the cooldown doesn't start counting. So after it starts counting from 15. So every 15 seconds you could reflect and basically take no damage during that time. Heavy tread is needed. This is for the stuns with Earthquake, and I'm gonna get into stun locking as well as far as tanking. So with Knight, you're tanking with CCs and mitigation. So that's what we're going for right now, just mitigation and CCs. Um, so you need this stun, 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 pull trash mobs. This is just another godly spell. You're immune to all CCs. So typically you want to be 70% plus. You don't want to fall behind that at all. This is for kiting and charging into next packs. So basically you have to know your distance between the next pack because you always want to hit your target at the end of your charge, so you get one charge back, dash charge back. So this is needed, and if you don't, every 30 seconds you basically get a free charge from this. And this is the key point of all talents. Every time you use an impulse, you get willpower back. So you definitely need this if you plan on tanking. And yeah, and obviously this is going to be good with discharge activation. So I'll get into that later on as well. This is also part of your stun locking, so you would use Earthquake. There'll be stun for 2 seconds. Okay, 2 seconds, and then use this again 2 seconds, and then you can stun again. So that's a total of 6 seconds that they're stunned, and we're gonna get into the symbol that makes them even stun even longer as far as impact. Okay, so the build that we're going for as far as symbols is going to be a crit build, and this is because it's going to be strength luck crit build. So you always want the highest crit chance you can have. I believe even without lucky shot I have about 40, and with lucky shot you don't get all the way to 50. The reason being is you want to stun lock your mobs, so you want to have max crit chance, and then you want to have impact. So with the battering ram and earthquake, with this you're going to be stun locking the entire pack the entire time. So you want to start with earthquake, wait 2 seconds, battering ram, so they're down again, earthquake again, that's 6 seconds, and then impact is going to proc from critting with earthquake. So more than likely the whole group is going to be crit, and you can see big numbers, and they're also going to be stunned as well. So you just keep spamming earthquake, battering ram, and rotate between those three, and you're golden as far as CCs. So you should be taking no damage from diamonds, anything at all. Basically just chain pull big groups and then just AoE tank it. And I'll show you an example of that in an Isabella run where you chain pull all the golems together and just AoE CCs everything, and you should be good. As far as other symbols, defensive symbols that you definitely should have is Defender's Creed. I'm getting a level 2 later on, probably next week after I get the do anomalies and whatnot. So you definitely need that. Raw damage, you take 5% less, and it's 10% with the level 2. Balance, same thing. So this one, when you're tanking 3 or more, you actually 6% less per, so it's 12 right there. This gives you a nice shield, so just dash. That's why I combo it with the bonus dash. I have level 2 that dash already, so that's pretty godly right there. And also more shields every time you use impulse charge from your bash or whatnot. You're getting shield. So pretty much these 2 shields are enough to keep you alive. That's why I don't use resolute, and the shield stack too, so you're good. Obviously paladin symbols, everyone should have it. Makes you gives you immunity. so you don't get one shot as a tank. They'll look pretty bad. And the rest are pretty much just threat symbols. Typically, you probably want double discharge as well. Over probably lacerated wounds, but you know what? Let's just do that right now. I don't know why I missed that. I think next week I should be getting 13 symbols, so we're good to go on that. Um, as far as that goes, and then okay, so you want dash, lucky shot, double discharge, ultimate strength, defender's creed, clever maneuver, balance, impact, mark of death, and impulse barrier, and also the paladin symbol. So that's going to give you the greatest. So you want to balance between defense and offense as far as threat, so you don't get pulled off, because when you're bursting in Skyforge, that's extremely scary. Okay, and let's go to our temples. So as for your temples, we have um, again more threat, more damage from everything else. You want to avoid a few things that tanks are going for. One is endurance. Obviously, I leveled up thinking that was really good, but it's quite the difference, because endurance, if you read it, it's like, oh wow, it's 11% reduction in damage. No, it's not 11%. It's actually very minute. It's more like 0.001, 13 of that. So it's not good to have. So if you read it, reduces incoming damage by the following percent if it exceeds 10. So in your head, you're probably thinking, okay, let's say I have 300,000 health, and the boss does more than 30k. That's 10% of 300k. It's going to be reduced by 11k, meaning reducing the 30k into 27k. No, it's going to reduce your damage taken by about 200 or 300 rather, than that 3k. So it's very minute, and you definitely don't want this. You would want to go typically for crit in this one, or if you want to go even more tankier, dash activation, because with dash activation there are symbols that reduces your your defense, I'm sorry, not defense, decreases your damage taken, like this one, inertia. You should have that as well. I'm going for that next. Inertia, so every time you dash, all these abilities will activate. So, and you typically want breakout too for more stuns if you really wanted to. So, but this raw damage, raw incoming damage is crazy good. Um, yeah, that's typically what you want. But if you want to go full tanking as far as your temples go, dash activation, level it up all the way, and you should be good. If you just want, more threat and whatnot, crit, because you do need the crit chance, as far as, for stunning, for using proccing impact and all that. Next temple, we have accuracy again. If you want to go more pure tanking, you want to go discharge recovery or dash activation right here. Discharge recovery is going to allow you to have more impulses. More impulses mean you can get more willpower. More willpower meaning you can proc more impulses and do more eagles for your barrier uptime on that buff on your barrier too, and also your impulse charge will activate more shields for you. So you want to go discharge or dash. If not, just go pure DPS threat. Just go accuracy so you hit harder, and it should be good, because I play DPS classes too and alchemist, so I just go all temples for this. Okay, as far as this one, again, you could have most people make the mistake of going shield power. Shield power would be good for a paladin, but not really a knight. So typically you would want, oh, and also block is another mistake. You should not get block at all. It's very minute. Yeah, don't get block. It's bad. Yeah. Still, it sounds really good, even though I have really high stamina, but it's still not worth it. because if you read again, 20% chance to reduce by equal to the following percent of your stamina. So it's 5% of 31,000. So that's not even a lot of damage. 10% of this is already 3,000, but it's only 1,500. But then it's reduced by a lot more. Yeah, yeah. You really don't want this. It's more like, yeah. Anyway, so crit chance or crushing blow, depending on how you feel, depending on how much you're critting. But again, you need crit for impact for the more stuns. More stuns is good. For this one, the only thing that's really good is just, again, just discharge recovery. So you just want more discharge recovery. You're good to go on that. Yeah, more willpower, more shields, etc., etc. This one, same thing again. Make sure you avoid regen. It's not good. It seems like it's good, but it's really not good. You regen like 200 health per second. It's not even good. And then accuracy, you want to go all the way. Nothing else is really good except adaptation. Adaptation is really good for just a pure tanking spell. Just level up real quick. Just pure tanking. You want to go adaptation, and you should be good to go on that. This is it reduces damage every the more you get hit. So you keep getting hit, and then obviously during boss fight you can get hit as well. So it helps a lot when you're chain pulling with huge packs. So yeah, it's good. Okay, crit again. This one, if you really want to, yeah, this is the only thing I would do. Just crit in this temple. This temple is pretty bad with everything else. So just go crit with this, and you're good to go. This same thing. If you want to go full on tank, dash activation is your guy. But for this, just crit chance, and you're good to go. This one again, it's the only thing that's good is adaptation. To just go adaptation, and you're good to go on this. Yeah, but yeah, if you want to go full on tank, you can, yeah, can do that. You're good to go on that. So if you have dash activation, stuff like that, you're good to go. That's full on tank. As far as DPS right now, again, like I said, this is a full threat build. But if you really need it, if you really, don't need any damage, you could go just. So for this one, I would have to unlock dash. So it would, just full on tank. You're gonna be taking, you're gonna be dashing around, etc., etc. And you're gonna be good. Crit and then dash activation. So all these will add up a lot. So okay, I want to go that. Okay, I'm good on here. I'm good on here. Yeah, there's really nothing here that I want. Here you can go dash again. And then adaptation. So if you want to go full on tank, right? So you're gonna take away all of that and just straight tank. Discharge recovery is right here. Adaptation, and this is just full on tank. Except this one, if you really want to. No, you know what? Just keep the crit chance because you're gonna be missing out on your So your dash is you're just stacking dash and recovery and adaptation, but make sure you have adaptation though. That's the key right there. If you really let's see, dash activation in here or discharge recovery. Yeah. So you would probably want discharge recovery since you have. Oh wow, I ran out of monies. Okay then, I guess. Yeah. So just go discharge recovery, dash, adaptation. So that's what you want. A lot of people again are confused with endurance, block, and shield power. You don't need those. They're very extremely underpowered. But yeah, just that's good to go. If you have any questions, comments, just post down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. All right, thanks for watching.